In this video, I'm going to talk about the mistakes that I see podcasters making on YouTube and why it's not helping them get more reach. If you're new here, my name's Anita. I'm a video marketing and social media strategist. I help business owners get more reach and more revenue in their business through content that converts. All right. If you're a podcaster, I want you to go ahead and comment below the name of your podcast because I'd love to know who's here. If you've been thinking about bringing that podcast to YouTube, I want you to think about a few things. Number one, the number one mistake that I see people make when they bring their podcast to YouTube is they simply take the audio from their podcast and they use a static image, usually their podcast cover art, and then they upload that as a video file onto YouTube. They title it something like episode number 37, how to make money, and then they think that's going to do something for their business. And the truth is that YouTube cares about two things. They care about click rate and watch time. And people are not likely going to watch a long video that doesn't have an actual person to look at. So an easy way around this is for you to actually record yourself while you're recording your podcast. And then it's really easy to do that through Zoom. You just hit record and then you have a video. So that's one way that really helps. However, I also mentioned that the title could be an issue. And in this case, episode number 37 as the start of your title is really not going to help people know what your video is about. And so they're not going to be searching episode 37 in the search bar. And you usually want to make sure that your title is giving us a really good idea, keyword based, about what this episode is about, and also giving us some sort of intrigue on why we'd want to click on it. And now I know what you might be thinking. Okay, but on episode 37, I had somebody fantastic and I really want to make sure that their name and the title of my episode is there. That's fine. You can absolutely share all that information in the description. You want to treat YouTube as this is its own video. And if they want more related to your podcast, you can make sure that your description holds information like the name of your podcast, where you're found, who your guest was, and you can even copy and paste your show notes over there. It can really be helpful to fill out your description. All right. Thing number two that I see people doing when they're bringing their podcast over to YouTube is that they are using their podcast art as their thumbnail. Now, you want your thumbnail to be an image that is uniquely created to be clickable. You want it to stand out. It's never going to be really big, so you want to make sure that it's bright and bold, and we know that there's a higher click rate on thumbnails that have your face on them or a face rather than none. You also want to make sure that you have some bold words. You don't need anything that's hard to read. You don't need to put your business logo, podcast logo on there, but you do need maybe 2 to 5 words that are really bold for them to see. And I'm going to link a video where I've shown you how to make a YouTube thumbnail on Canva. And so you can click the link for that and get a tutorial there. All right. Mistake number 3 that I see people who are podcasting for YouTube are making that is really hindering the growth of their YouTube channel. And that's they aren't actually creating any content for YouTube. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, but I'm creating a video and I'm uploading it and I'm putting that information. Maybe you're strapped for time and you don't want to do more. A very simple thing that you could do, and I'm going to guess you are probably most likely doing some of this in your business already, is using YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is getting a lot of reach and you're able to reach new audiences to find your content. It would be really easy for you to take your phone and simply record, hey, I'm recording the next episode of the podcast, and give just maybe one fact about it. And then ask them to subscribe to your YouTube channel so they can view more videos of your podcast. Now, I will tell you, you might think, well, people really just fall in love with your voice when they're podcasting and it's such an intimate relationship. And yes, there are people who love podcasters, but there are actually people who really spend a lot of time on YouTube, and video allows for a deep parasocial relationship to be built so they can see you, they can see your facial expressions and your hand motions and how excited you are as you're speaking. They can't do that with the podcast. And so some people really genuinely appreciate having the video option. And by recording them at the same time, it doesn't have to take much more work from you. Now, these are just 3 quick tips if you're podcasting and bringing it over here to YouTube, but I want to invite you to grab my video visibility guide. In it, I give you actually 10 mistakes that YouTubers are making here, and I want you to grab that along with lots of tips on how to film and repurpose your content. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.